Hi, welcome to Forex In Four. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started.
Good morning. Today is Monday, March 21st, 2011. Bringing back the video series. We took a little break there. We were doing some early morning stuff, which made it a little bit difficult to get the videos together, as well as some tech issues that we had to have straightened out. So everything's working great. We're going to have these videos for you again, so I thank you for your continued patience with us. And this morning, we're talking about nothing phases these markets. Okay. Over the weekend, we saw some news that the coalition forces, NATO, I guess, France, U.S., I don't know who it is, but somebody's lobbing cruise missiles into Libya to try and enforce a no-fly zone so that Gaddafi can't turn on his people. Raises an interesting question about what's going on over in the Arab countries and in the Middle East now. You talk about there's unrest in Yemen. About 50 some odd people died over there. We've got problems in Bahrain. We've got this uprising in Libya where they're going to basically overthrow Gaddafi, or they're trying to. We're supporting them, but who is them? I don't think we have any idea. What that's doing is that's bringing oil prices higher this morning. We've got oil up about $2 to 103, and that's actually encouraging some risk taking in the market. So that's why I say nothing phases the market, because it's interesting when we have these risk events going on. No one's quite certain what's going to happen. The market's just kind of content to say, all right, well, we're just going to continue to trudge higher until that final thing happens that causes the risk aversion, and then everybody runs for the door at the same time. All right, so we're seeing that happening in Japan as well. We know the story over in Japan. They have the nuclear reactor situation going on. Well, apparently they've secured 2 out of the 5 reactors, which is a good thing, but there's still 3 that aren't stable. So there could be still a significant problem there with what's going on with the nuclear reactors and how that's going to affect the people in the Japanese economy. But we've seen that the yen is weaker. We'll just take a look here. Got dollar yen. You can see right here, this was from last week. We're looking at a 30-minute chart. All right, this was the G7 intervention. I know we haven't had a video here in a while, but basically the G7 stepping in and saying, okay, we're going to support yen weakness here to try and help out the Japanese economy. So we've got the yen weaker against most pretty much across the board. We also have the Aussie. We're just taking a look at the Aussie. The Aussie's now moving higher on risk-taking. Risk appetite's increased. That's a good thing. Now that this the nuclear situation, as every day goes by, a little bit more information is going to be given, and we're going to be able to get a better idea of what's happening there. So risk-taking is going on there with the Aussie. Just want to show you the euro. The euro is pulling back just a little bit. It's still up near its highs around 142. Jean-Claude Trichet reiterated that he wants to raise rates at next month's rate policy meeting. There's going to be an EU summit at the end of the week where they're going to be, market's going to be watching that to see if they make any comments regarding this as well. I just want to show you, got the loonie higher as well. You can see here, pulling back from, let's look at a longer term chart here. Pulling back from, got to just below parity, about 99.5. Now this happened despite CPI data last week that was the lowest on record. So it looks like inflation's fairly tame in Canada. So we may not be seeing a rate hike coming anytime soon. But nevertheless, we have dollar weakness, which also drives the loonie. So loonie's getting added benefit. Oil's up $2. Got a high correlation there, as well as dollar weakness, which all things being equal, and not having any of these risk events in the world, the dollar would probably be a lot weaker. Just want to show you here the pound dollar. Pound's moving higher as well. You can see on the 2-hour chart. Now, they had their home price index came in, showed home prices were rising for 3rd month in a row. Okay, tomorrow they're also going to have their CPI data coming out. So that's going to show us where inflation is. The expectation is at 4.2%, which is very high considering the Bank of England's target rate is 2%. It's nearly twice that. And, anytime the inflation gets outside of that 3% upper limit, they're supposed to take action. They have to write a letter to the government explaining why inflation's so high. So it looks like they're trying to balance the inflation story with economic growth. So things look pretty good there for the UK. Now this morning in the US, I'm just showing you, we've got the dollar weakness you can see, but it's still stronger than the yen. We can just take a look here. We'll look at I don't know. Let's just go back to pound or euro dollar. Now you can see euro dollar sort of flattened in there, but we're gonna have existing home sales sales later this morning. We're expecting around 5 million sales. This is an important figure now because the home sales, the housing market really needs to stabilize here in order to get the economy stabilized and under control. And without the housing market coming back, or at leleast stabilizing, Bernanke's going to be loath to do anything about interest rates, which means that we're going to see inflation, even though they're going to tell us that we don't have inflation. So, when you drive to the gas station, when you go to buy milk, you know that the price is higher, but the government's telling you that it's not. So that's going to be important to see what happens there. So that's what we're looking at today. We've got a mixed bag this week with various economic data coming out. U.S. GDP figures on Friday. We've got this EU summit taking place Thursday and Friday. Who knows what can come out of that? We've got Japanese CPI data. We've got New Zealand. We're going to look at the Kiwi here real quick. We've got their GDP data coming out on Wednesday. And that's really it for the market. I think the big story, though, this week is going to be the risk in the market, namely what takes place with Libya, if anything happens wrong there, if anything spreads to any of these other countries, or if anything happens with Japan nuclear reactor. So heightened risk still in the markets, but barring any specific news, it looks like it's game on as usual. So that's what I've got for this morning, folks. Good trading to all.
As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.